Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. There's the whistle. Jim, how are you reading the formation?
Well, a system promoted by the rise of total football, Peter. The wider players in the front three are key operators in how it all works on and off the ball. They have to provide for the central striker, of course, and protect their fullbacks, so they'll get few breathers. If these two don't make a good impression, there are quite good replacements on the bench.
That's a lovely, neat pass. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Cruyff. Ronaldo producing a good steal there, showing a good level of alertness. Passing is crisp and sharp. Oh, lovely feet. He's going for goal! Oh, a very decent attempt.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
And he's picked out the run. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. Cruyff can so cleverly bypass the press. That's a cute ball. Saliba promptly onto that, and that is that. He's in a great position here. And that's a good-looking ball. And here's the chance to counter. Looking for options for movement. Endrick. Cristiano Ronaldo. Shot, surely! That's a half-decent try.
All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Milan are looking to go forward now. And it's Cruyff. Romario. And here's Del Piero. Looking for the run. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
Now it's Endrick.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Oh, that's horribly mistimed, and it's given. Penalty. Milan really could have done without this. This to make it 1-0. Never any doubt. Not much more than a formality.
You know, he would have been embarrassed had the keeper held his position then.
So we have the first goal.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Robertson picks it up now. Oh no, no circumventing this opponent. We are into overtime. Howson. And the referee brings the first half to a close. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
Hello everybody, and quick announcement now. We would like to ask you all to kindly stay seated during the match. Thank you for your cooperation.
Substitutions taking place.
There's the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Lahm. Ball driven towards the far post. And that should get the job done. And this is shapes to shoot! No question, this is the man you want to get onto the end of things. That's headed upfield. Played back.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
De Gea claims it, safe hands.
Milan clearly are trying to mix things up here, keeping their opponents guessing.
The ball is loose and the chase is on. And he's quick to get it clear again.
Well, that's certainly more like it. They can't let the intensity drop now, Peter.
They're coming again and again.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
Lahm.
Oh, great feat, that.
Oh, it's a searing run. He is a man on a mission. And it's hoisted clear. Looking to play him in. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. Can he get it through? And this is Del Piero. Can he finish? Oh, he's hit the bar. Alessandro Del Piero. Another ice-cool goal. Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy. There seemed no way back, but they are level. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Yeah, when you're hit on the counter-attack like that, it's like walking into a sucker punch, and they're dazed.
Substitution for Milan, number 16, Hendrick.
Milan choosing to make the first change. So a double change here, and both changes are offensive.
Yeah, and it looks like quite a shake-up to the front line. Interesting, we'll see how it develops.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you've...
This time, surely! Goal! Milan! And they've got their lead back. Not so much sophistication as doggedness and sheer bloody-mindedness.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
And that's really well manoeuvred. Played out wide.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Well, the ball just didn't work out for the run that he made.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Lahm. And this is... Oh, shooting chance! Crossbar comes to the rescue. And that is the end of it. They hung on right till the finish. One of those games that many would have felt no one deserved to lose, but sentiment counts for nothing here, and at the margins, it was decided. How would you summarise what we've seen today then, Jim? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We have already started here. This is the lineup we've been given. How do you read it, Jim?
Reminders of a golden era in...
Boyan! No, poor contact, nothing on the shot.
Oh, how about that touch, Peter? I mean, that was brilliant. He got the ball to go exactly where he wanted it. The touch was perfection, the finish, imperfection.
Oh, well measured. He's having a shot! Goal!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early. Well, Peter, they're trying to claim offside here, but this stinks of desperation to me. They know they've got it wrong.
I doubt very much that this was in the... Real chance! Romario, you beauty! He's got himself an absolute peach. 2-0, and in next to no time. One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
This is wonderful front-footed football. The manager will be absolutely thrilled to see his team clicking in every department.
Mbappe. Mbappe. Now there's a fine ball. That's a sharp pass. Hakimi does well to get it back. And it's Boyan. Aimed beyond the defence. Strokes it back.
Not a lot more.
Marmouche! It's in! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
Boyan. Mbappe. Saliba tries to clear. That's the throw. And it's Palmer. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Boyan. And now they can clear their lines. Cruyff conjures time and space where few can. And this is Bale. Vardiol. Shawlinton. And it's Palmer. Passes short and sharp. Oh, super find. And he's onside. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
5 minutes till the break. Del Piero. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? He's got away. Boyan. Mbappe. And it's Palmer. A probing pass. And the whistle goes for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1.
Substitution on the field. Number 5, Mbappe. Number
Here we go again then.
21, Palmer. Coming on the field.
And the pass is intercepted.
Robert
And he's
Lewandowski.
intervened well there.
Number 22.
It's a pretty loose pass.
Substitution.
Bojan. Milan do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Good take, and is he in? Chance for a shot! No mistake! They are right back in business.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Wonderfully smooth, smart and slick.
Well, we could be a little critical of that defence then, but the timing was pretty much perfect.
This has become one superb game of football.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Looking for the run. Marmouche. And he's certainly onside here. Oh no, it's an own goal!
Oh, it's unfortunate. Took a touch off the defender, and that can happen.
So one moment's crazy confusion, but they all count.
Listen, sometimes you need that little bit of luck in games like these.
And here's Marmouche. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. The muscular approach does pay off here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. Marmouche really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Milan needed that, they really needed it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
And that's gone all the way through to the keeper.
Milan really are going about things in the right fashion, Peter. It's great to see.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
And here's Lewandowski.
Bangladesh surely have to be commended for their drive and desire. Most teams would be taking the easier defensive route by now.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Marmouche with the cross.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Nicely aimed pass.
Milan really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
That's rather hopeful. And that is a routine catch. And that's that. Milan did lead. Indeed, they controlled, but they managed to throw it all away. A defeat made even more painful by the way it came to pass. Your final thoughts, Jim? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. There's the whistle. Santos have gone 4-3-3. Jim, how do you interpret that?
Yeah, and the two wide players up front can make the system pretty much succeed or fail. They'll be quite flexible in their creative movement. They like to drift in.
Oh, what a shot, surely! And he's done it!
Listen, the big names earn their reputations for precisely the reason we've just seen. They have a habit of making their presence felt, and here we are, early stages. He struck one, and he looks hungry for more.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
So, a breakthrough already. Rijkaard. And here's Zico. Nicely weighted ball. He's picked his way through. And the shot! That is some save from Khan! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Quarter of an hour played. Oh, it's a chance for a shot! And he's managed to get rid. It's a throw-in. Rijkaard. Well, there's your danger man, a title that is entirely justified. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
And he gets rid in a hurry. And we have our very first corner. And that has been cleared. Milan are looking to go forward now. He's got away. Tries to play it through. Fires. Can he finish? Goal! They have done it! They have their equaliser!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Milan grabbed the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Well, that pass isn't the best. Oh, there's a probing ball. Back into the middle. Oh, that looks a good ball through. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Now, who's going to be first to this? And the shot! He's delivered all right! A momentary lapse, mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Oh, that was beautifully done. They were ready to pounce, and they were clinical when the opportunity presented itself.
And yes, it's him again. Milan take the lead.
Well, they've done the hard part now, Peter. Can they cling on, or even better, can they get another?
Zico. Davids. That's a lovely, neat pass. And we've reached half-time. Well, what a comeback. Certainly I didn't see that coming, nor I think did many in this crowd. So there was the first half.
Oh, what a half. It's been pulsating and totally absorbing. We're actually headed for a potential classic if this carries on. This is insanely good.
Milan are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. And the game has already resumed here. Rijkaard. And it's Del Piero. Dani Olmo. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Now it's Del Piero. Well-timed, excellent interception. Khan punts it upfield.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And they're back on the ball again. Del Piero.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
It's a poor throw that, picked off with relative ease. And smartly reclaimed. A probing pass. It's out for a goal kick. Chosen to go back.
He had nobody else to help out there.
Cruyff delivers the ball, and he gets rid in a hurry. Rijkaard. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside.
Substitution for Santos. Number 4.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Dani Olmo. Number 9. Del Piero.
Milan still have the cards to affect this game.
Coming on the field.
Milan clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Rooney. Number 21.
And he's had it nicked away.
Number
Oh,
10.
nicely intercepted.
Substitutions
That's really well
taking place.
cleared.
Pele really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Cookchu. Now, can they get him away? And now the breakaway. Very much into the last knockings. No unnecessary risks, and the game is petering out here. Nicely aimed pass. Another pass just keeps it ticking over.
Milan can really think about the precious seconds that took off the clock. No need to overly commit now.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Santos looking to pass their way. That's at the end. Milan have won it by sheer force of character As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Well, from behind you. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway.
It's always a pleasure to see Paolo Maldini take to the pitch.
So would say anyone who understands the defender's art.
Well, bias comes easy for me when we talk about one of the greatest pros. He exudes calm, elegance, intelligence, an Italian giant.
Looking tidy in possession here. Bale! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. He's being urged to shoot. Takes a shot! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
Roberto Carlos. Now Modric. Davids spots it and intercepts.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Oh, he'd have done well to reach that. Still goalless. Oh, we expected better, and so did he. Batistuta. Might be danger. Shot at goal! Goal! Milan! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Gives it back.
Modern football for you and all that pressing.
Saliba is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. Nicely weighted ball. He can run onto that. Deftly away. And that's been won straight back. Now, can they get him away? Look at the space here. Chance, surely! Oh, taken with style. And they're at it again in double quick time. A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
The turning of the screw comes to mind, Peter. They've got them where they want them.
Coming up to half-time, leading, and things are looking pretty good. We've got 5 minutes till half-time. And he's there to retrieve it. Yamal. Batistuta. And here's the chance to counter. And he's worked it through.
There will be 1 minute.
Ernest. Oh, and with that, the half-time whistle goes. So your views on the first half?
Milan really should be thinking about killing this off early in the second half, Peter. The boss will be demanding the same level of intensity from his team, so I'd expect to see the same positive intent after the break, the same purpose again.
Milan go in at half-time on a comfortable 2-goal cushion. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Davids. Cannavaro.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
He's shifting through the gears here. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. And this is Bale.
I wouldn't fancy playing up front.
Here's a chance!
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Vinicius Junior. Passing is crisp and sharp. Dida punts it upfield. Maldini promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Batistuta. Batistuta. Rijkaard. Milan looking to pass their way through. And it's Davids. Rijkaard. Cruyff. Bale. And this is Bale. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Vinicius Junior! It's there! A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
We have got a big chance! Oh, that could cost them.
That was extremely good focus from the keeper, and it could turn out to be quite a significant moment.
Yamal with the short one.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Threads one in. Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but... Great chance! Oh, brilliant from Yamal! He's got himself an absolute peach. Do not write them off. Back they come. He just absolutely speared that in.
Well, Peter, it would have taken something incredible for the keeper to keep that one out. It was absolutely spanked.
Substitution on the field. Number 6, Mateu.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact. This has become one superb game of football.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Number 22.
Now it's Villa. He's gone for goal! Well, now it's a race for the ball. Oh, he's been caught napping.
Number 13.
Real chance here. Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it.
Substitution in progress.
Yamal,
3 minutes added time.
and he's there to get it away. It's Park Ji-suk. Goes for a shot! Yes, he's done it! And that has raised the roof! A finish of great... And that is as far as it goes. Milan can look back at this result with regret. A front foot start, but they were ultimately made to pay for their inability to kill it off. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So we're up and running. They appear to be shaping up in a 4-4-2 formation.
Well, the obvious standout in today's football in this system is that it provides you with extra presence in attack. With many shaky defences about, getting the right partnership in that department can pay rich dividends as long as there's a good early supply. So playing two strikers can be a real help to this team. I mean, 4-4-2 these days, Peter, gets a lot of criticism, but it's unfair. Any system can work if you've got the right players.
Lahm is very much the model of the modern-day fullback. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Shevchenko. And it's Cruyff. Knocks it out wide. Hit into the middle. He rises! Oh, should really have made more of that.
I think we can expect a few more of those now. Better timing was all that was required.
Milan are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. White is always looking to play quality balls. Jim, you've played in games of this nature. Who can make the difference?
Well, Peter, this team has a great engine room in the shape of this guy, Chouameni. The Frenchman being a robust, relentless pressing machine who also excels in ball retention and recycling. I noticed he's surprisingly good at progressing play when on the ball too. Keep watching him.
I'm thinking the same. He will be a central feature, no doubt. Serginho. Madrid look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When they win it back, they're not wasting any time. They're just trying to get the runners away as quickly as possible.
No, that's been intercepted. That has been slung wide. And he welcomes it in. He is through here. Rijkaard, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. And this is Batistuta. Batistuta's cross. Played out wide. Crossed in once more. That needed to be better, and he knows it.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
Milan with their first corner, the first in the game for either side, actually. Madrid have the chance to go the other way.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Can he get it through? And this is Ribery. Can he finish? Oh, and the keeper couldn't hold it. Goal!
And for such a big name in your side to register very close to the break, not only creates a real buzz in your dressing room during the...
And the first 45 minutes are up. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time because, in truth, they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
Substitutions taking place.
There's the start of the second half.
Milan can really do with some bigger names standing up here. At times they didn't even look as if they knew what they were doing.
Messi. Milan come out this half somewhat altered.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
It speaks for itself, doesn't it? Best left there.
Now, can they get him away? Showing good feet. Now, who's going to be first to this? Maldini. Davids. It's run loose here. And Del Piero! Wonderful from Del Piero! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! They have hauled themselves right back into it.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a real game here now, Peter. They've been rewarded for their courage, for their attitude, for their application, and now they'll want another.
What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
Oh, how does he get the ball to do that? He's on another level to most of his peers.
Milan grab the equaliser, and we're all square.
This is exact.
There's the shot! Goal, Milan! And the comeback is complete. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper deserves some sympathy there. He may not have seen that until too late.
Milan go into the lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Nicely worked. And this is Drogba. Some good work on the right flank here. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That pass has been well intercepted. Del Piero! Now that has posed a few awkward questions.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Substitution on the field. Number 10.
We have got changes here from both sides, in fact.
Shevchenko. Number 13. Del Piero. Number 21. Ribery. Coming on the field. Number 23. Batistuta.
Milan still have the cards to affect this game.
Number 15. Dani Olmo.
Looking tidy in possession here. And Batistuta! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Now, who's going to be first to this? Gets a good foot in there.
Subtlety has gone out of the window. They have to force it any way they can now, Peter.
And he's been shifted off it. Now it's Batistuta. And it's Eto'o. Oh, he's done very well to take that back.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
It's come through and he's had a quick look inside. Good chance here! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Dani Olmo. Batistuta. Batistuta! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Desperate defending required here. Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. All hands on deck for this one. Rijkaard! He is desperate to get on the score sheet, but not this time.
Well, the breakthrough hasn't come yet, Peter, but you do feel they're upping the ante here.
And we're done. Milan have won it by sheer force of character. As winning teams do, they managed to find that little extra when they needed it. Well, how will we look back on... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So it's down to business here. So, Jim, tell me this, who are you looking for in particular here?
Yeah, Kevin De Bruyne. He's just one of the best strikers of the ball you'll ever see, and that applies just as much to his passing game as it does to his shooting prowess. He generally likes to keep things simple, taking as few touches as possible, but making every one of them count. I've got a feeling he's going to be a real handful for the opposition here.
He would be the obvious choice, wouldn't he? He certainly has all the right qualities. Well, he has slightly undercooked that one.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
Nicely aimed pass. Oh, and they're quick to press here, right on top of them. Bale does really well to win the ball there. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So we're up and running.
You know, Peter, there's a player down there who I've always admired, Carlos Puyol. This game is not all about technique and skill.
Oh, what has happened here? And he's managed... And a chance! It's in!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
Well, was he ever going to miss that? Of course he wasn't.
Well, I'm giving him full marks for the way he exploited the space, Peter, but you really shouldn't be left unmarked in the middle like that. I don't think he could believe his luck.
Madrid finding themselves unexpectedly behind. Tries to play it through. This looks promising. Oh, they could be caught out here. Neymar. Can he finish? Neymar! Neymar! One of a type! He's brilliant! He's got himself an absolute peach. And the lead lost no time at all.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
It's almost poetry in motion, Peter, isn't it? The way he wraps his foot.
He rises! Goal! Milan! And they get themselves in front! A really thumping header, absolutely crashes it in.
Well, you've always got that threat when he's around. Great movement, and what a great header.
Milan get themselves into the lead. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
He won't be happy with that one. Midway through the first period, and it's looking quite a game here. And it's Lam, a probing pass. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Back, and a shot!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Searching pass he's played there. And that pass is somewhat less than ideal.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Out towards the flank. Hoisted in. Well, it's a look of bewilderment. His touch deserted him at the key moment.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
Now it's Kaka. Half-time getting close now. No, that's been intercepted. Cruyff can so cleverly bypass the press. Ball is over the line.
Two added minutes has been indicated.
Now that's a lovely exchange. He's found a way through. Crosses it, header! And the whistle goes for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. No, well, the pickings certainly have been rich in this first half.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
Very little in it. The score at half-time is 2-1. And we are already promptly back underway. He has a look up.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Neymar plays a sharp little ball here. Milan needed that. They really needed it.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
Aimed beyond the defence. Shapes to shoot! And he hits the net. It's level again. What a match we have.
Yeah, and it's very much deserved in the circumstances. In these games, it's so tempting to maybe get a little sorry for yourselves, but there's none of that.
That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
Yeah, he gets top marks for that finish. I honestly thought his odds weren't that good.
Quite a thriller this one's become. And the shot! Now, it's fallen kindly here. Oh, taken with style. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! And he's only too grateful to capitalise on the keeper's misfortune.
Well, listen, last line of defence and you don't get it right, then you're paying a visit to your net.
Madrid take the lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Rijkaard. Great vision. And this is Batistuta. In again. Chiellini gets it away. Saliba clears it away. Quality ball. And here's Batistuta. Can he get on the end of this? Good ball, good take. Thuram getting this one clear. That's a throw. And it's Maldini. In towards the back stick. Terrific header! No mistake! We thought it was over! It's all square once more! It was a great header. The invitation was irresistible and the finish unerring.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
So all square with almost no time remaining.
It just goes to show you what determination can achieve. Okay, there isn't much time left, but if we have to find a winner now, there's no question who I'll be backing.
Now it's Batistuta. Now, can they get him away? Lahm plays it in. Saliba can get it clear. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. Magic. What a magical football match. And genuine respect all round. Batistuta taking in the accolades, having been named man of the match. So bring it on. Hype, expectation, emotion. The game yet to kick off. The excitement already palpable. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here. Well, there's the man we're all here to see, the thriller-minute Neymar. He really does turn every game into a showbiz occasion. So I wonder, Jim, what is in today's show?
Well, plenty, we hope, Peter. Being the kind of player who likes to take it upon himself to win, whether it's his vision and creativity or being more direct in providing a threat up front, we're bound to see something special, I hope.
Because we always have in the past.
Indeed.
Liverpool with the corner, they're first. And that's gone loose. Milan have the chance to go the other way. It's a good run down the right. He is through here. Drives it in. And that is out and behind. It's a good block. Chiellini getting this one clear. Cruyff. Cruyff with the cross. And that has been knocked clear. That's a promising run he's making on the right. And he's oh, smashing header! Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Milan have had plenty of possession, but few, if any, genuine chances. And Messi! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Messi is offering a right smile there.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Lahm has quite the footballing brain. He's almost... And the shot! Goal! Milan! The breakthrough strike! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Milan are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Milan have fired themselves in front.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Well, the boss won't be happy about that at all. They were pedestrian in possession and carried almost no threat at all. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. And it's Son Heung-min. Kirk-Chu. Lahm gets a foot in and wins the ball.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
He's going for goal! Oh, he has leathered that.
Well, he does strike a very pure ball, doesn't he? It's great technique.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Messi.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
2 added minutes has been
We are
indicated.
into overtime. Messi. And this is Batistuta. Lahm picks it up out wide. And the whistle's gone, presumably for offside. And the whistle goes for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Okay, they got hit with that one sucker punch, but I don't think there was much wrong with their overall approach. I think the boss needs to give his team a lift during the break, and they should still be quite buoyant.
Milan are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Milan really need to go and grab another goal now, Peter, if they're going to go on and secure this. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And it's Cruyff. No foul, says the referee. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Lahm plays it in. Howson tries to clear. That's good play, and that was nowhere near his best. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And here's Neymar. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Little pass back.
Substitution on the field. Number 7, Son Heung-min. Number 15, Neymar.
Oh, that is asking for trouble. Oh, that is having a shot! And for a moment, time stood still.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Substitution.
Liverpool looking to pass their way through. Nicely worked.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Brilliantly cut out.
This is the time you need that pace.
Milan leading here by this still precarious 1-0 margin. Knocks it out wide. Chance to deliver. Well, that's pretty clear. It is a foul. Oh, some players have clearly taken issue here, and things are threatening to boil over. Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this. They're taking a moment to consider their options. Alexander-Arnold receives it in a good position here.
I think we're about to see a frenetic finish. No half measures from here.
Pele.
Milan couldn't really be more watertight in midfield. Not a trickle is getting through.
Minutes has been indicated.
Nice control. Kvaratskhelia. The message is clear, none shall pass. And that will be it. Milan have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it.
Just a quick
So, Jim, how
announcement
do you
is now
reflect Well, what a sight this is. A beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. This is Peter Drury, and next to me providing insights will be Jim Beglin.
Hi, Peter. It's great to be here.
Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. And already we're underway here.
Well, Xabi Alonso is the standout. He'll be looking to set the tempo and dictate the play here, Peter.
He is so integral to this team, isn't he?
Yeah, he has the quarterback influence on a team so that as soon as he gets on the ball, everyone starts making runs.
Alonso! Oh, that is very close.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming.
And he's there to retrieve it. And here's Zola. Maldini. Great run on the overlap here. And he's had a hit. Oh, nice. Just not quite.
Oh, it looked like he tried to give it some extra whip.
Anything noteworthy in the early part of the match, Jim?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
Takes the shot! Gianfranco Zola! Sheer football poetry! About as smooth as it gets! Beautiful, just beautiful. The joy of the moment.
That was magnificent. The way he caught it so perfectly, I think he's even managed to surprise himself, Peter.
So, a great chance! Oh, full marks for that effort.
Yeah, I mean, I guess he tried one of his specials.
Chiellini. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And Zola! They've scored! Again, in a trice, and they are soaring! Smiles broad and beautiful. That is a cracking hit.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
Things starting to look very comfortable.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And they've got rid. That's a throw. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. And the keeper takes decisive action.
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
And it's Snyder. He's through here. Shapes to shoot! He's got a goal! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
This is threatening to become a really good game.
Well, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
And he's intervened well there. And this is Romario. Now there's a fine ball. Can he finish? And the keep. No mistake. Romario. Always onto this. That's gone all the way through to the keeper. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Saliba, Davids is a perfect combination of brain and brawn. He's got plenty of space out wide here. He is through here. Lovely bit of skill. Applies the finish!
Zola made it all look so simple there before he invited his own complications.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Now it's Romario. That's been cut out, well played. Xavi Alonso. And this is Romario. Pass is just off. And there is the half-time whistle. It's been thrills and spills at either end in the first half. Neither side really seizing the initiative, and both teams still very much in it. It is quite a game, breathless and laced with excitement.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They'll want a good start to the second half.
Milan are up by the odd goal in... Romario! Drogba gets flagged offside. That pass has been well intercepted. And this is Romario. Truthfully, it was hard to see any better outcome there. Lam is always looking to play quality balls. Now it's Romario. That's a good ball out wide. Chiellini does really well to win the ball there. And it's Rui Costa. Romario providing an outlet on that flank. That's really well cleared. Out of play for a throw.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Rui Costa. Pass somewhat off target. Looking to play him in. Well read. And the danger is averted. Maldini. Davids. He can run onto that. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, everything up to the final pass looked decent. They just couldn't pick out that killer ball.
Nesta spots it and intercepts. Oh, and Batistuta! It's in! They have come roaring back!
Well, they were starting to look more and more threatening, Peter, so this comes as no surprise. The fans here are pretty fired up now.
And he stuck it away as if laser-guided.
That's just a fabulous, fabulous finish. Anything that close to the frame of the goal, 99 times out of 100, the keeper's not getting there.
This has become one superb game of football.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Rui Costa. Scholes is always scanning the pitch for targets. Milan still have the cards to affect this game. It's a good run down the right. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Into the last quarter of an hour. No way through. Nicely weighted ball.
Well, there's no doubt that they want to win this, Peter. They'll have to maintain the energy and dynamism until the very end, though.
Milan can breathe again, just.
Well, I thought they got off lightly there. The odds were stacked against them.
And the shot! Goal! Milan And again they hit the front. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Substitution for Milan, number 7, Romario.
So, time for changes on both sides, actually.
Number 25.
Milan go into the lead.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Number 9,
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
13, Del Piero. Substitution in
Cannavaro
progress.
gets over and intercepts. Rui Costa. Can he get on the end of this?
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, good spread. Lam.
2 added minutes have
Milan
been
nearly
indicated.
finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And here's Bale. And he was quick to react. Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. Milan proudly puff out their chests in victory. They know...